A second former Trump management official is on trial for disrespecting Congress charges. 14th change drums are growing loudly. And in Georgia election intervention, common defendants and classified documents begin to return against the former president. January 6 election intervention Navarro hearing begins on Congress charges. Key players: former Trump economic advisor Peter Navarro, U.S. Regional Judge Ammit Mehta, former White House Chief Strategist Steve Bannon, Special Consultant Jack Smith Navarro's hearing on Tuesday. Washington, January 6, 2021. Investigating Assembly Election Committee published by a Congress court attacked Capitola. Began on the charge. He said he was protected by manager privilege. If he was found guilty of two numbers accused, the Navarro may be sentenced up to 2 years in prison and impose a fine of up to $200,000. Navarro is the second former Trump official who is accused of rejecting a distinguished committee court of court. Judge Mehta, who handled Navarro's case, said he believed that the hearing would be short, perhaps only 1 day. Why is it important? His book 2021. In Trump's time, Navarro boasted plan of delaying certificate of 2020 elections. Reportedly reported USA Today and later said in interview that Trump is on board. The Supreme Court may decide the 14th Amendment question regarding the suitability of Trump to be executed in 2024. Key player: former federal judge Michael Luttig. Since Guardian began prepare for legal difficulties to keep Trump away from ballot compartment in a few state 2024 presidential competitions. The U.S. Supreme Court may be forced way question later. Not later. The third part 14th Amendment of Constitution prohibits dismissal those who are değerlendirme, engaged in uprising, and some leading legal academics, including Luttig, have filed a lawsuit against Trump's return to White House. This is one of the most fundamental questions that can be decided within the scope of our Constitution. Why is it important? If Supreme Court had been issue of suitability of Trump, case would be heard by 3 justice appointed by Trump. Classified documents and Georgia election intervention. Trump's common defendants began to throw him under the bus. Key players: former White House Chief of General Staff Mark Meadows, former Georgia State GOP President David Shafer, Georgia State Senator Shawn Still, local GOP official Cathleen Latham, Mar-Lago IT Director Yuscak. Tavern. Politico reported that if he was found guilty of guilty charges, some of Trump's common defendants have begun to follow defense strategies that further affect the former president. Lawyers for Meadows, accused of violating Georgia's RICO law and demanding a vower by a public official, argued that Georgian Foreign Minister Brad Rafkensperger never wanted change their votes in the 2020 presidential elections, and he asked Rafensperger to find 11,780 votes reverse his loss in state. In last court applications, defendant Georgia fake voter